Who invented masters? Chick.
Sorry, ma'am.
This
We just had to record. Yeah, sorry.
no problem. No problem. Thank you, Sundhi. So yeah, so flow is the concept invented by Csikszentmihalyi. Okay, Mihai, Csikszentmihalyi. This is how it's pronunciation. And he's a psychologist and professor. So he said that the flow is state of happiness and peak performance. I'm sure we are all in a flow state. It may be so many people, or every day they are in a happy zone or in a flow state, and they do at work location or doing a house chores or anything, right? So we all time to time we were in that state of flow, which is happiness state, and you're reacting at peak. And it is also called as being in the zone. Being in the zone means you are in that. This here in this picture it says, if you take skills versus difficult task difficulties or challenges, if you take, so in this graph, if you have more skills and difficulty or challenges are less, then what happens? You feel boredom, right? You feel routine and loss of interest. That's what, if sometimes in a school, kids will be bored because they already learned alphabets and they will be looking at everyone or writing on the tables and all. So it's very boredom. You don't know because you already learned those skills. But if you have more difficulty and less skills, right? Very challenging task you took, but the skill sets you don't have enough. Then what happens, friends? Anxiety, and you get frustration, a fear of failure. So anytime anybody is going through these things, anybody is going through this anxiety when you are doing work or new job, or you want to take a new challenges, that means you need to learn new skill sets. That means you are not ready to take that. That doesn't mean it's impossible. It is possible, but you need to just acquire what you needed to accomplish that task. So in between, when you have skill set enough and task difficulty or challenging is enough, if both are proportionate, then you will go into flow state, which is in green zone. So this is the flow state. It's a proportionate. As you increase your skills, you increase your difficulty, and you still be happy. Initially, it may be a little bit difficult, but you will acquire because you are also learning same time. So this has to go parallel, skills and difficulty. Then that's take you to the flow state. And then the flow state you take you to the full immersion and non-duality, and it will also take you to the oneness. So where do we see this non-duality and oneness masters? Is during in the meditation. So, right? So flow state, when we are in the meditation, masters, guided masters will tell us that, yeah, go into flow. Go with the flow with the breath. That means when you are in the flow with the breath, it will take you to the deep state. That is the flow state, where you don't see the time or place, and you feel oneness. You one with the breath. When you are one with the breath, you don't have any conscious of your body, mind, or your environment. So you lose that consciousness. That is the flow state. And also it says hyper focus is counterproductive. So some people are so much focused, right? So like example, you may notice like watching movie, television, or any serial. So they will be so much attached to that, say, television, and even if you call them, they won't respond to you. That is a hyper focus, which is not good, master. That means you are not flexible. You are too much into that, and you are very focused. And if you disturb, and they get frustration, right? And it get into leads to the anger. So that is not very good. So you have to be focused, but it should be balanced. And going with the flow means there is no future or no past, there is only the present. So when you are in the flow state, you don't understand, you don't look into the past, what has happened, because you don't pay attention to the problems or any issues that happened in the past, because you are in the happy zone, which is flow zone, because you are in the present moment, and you have become one with the whatever thing you are doing. It could be work or your music or sports, whatever you are doing, the task, you have become one with that task. And your body and your consciousness united as a single entity, right? So consciousness means your present moment, like the awareness, who you are. Your body is a subtle, the gross body, and the consciousness is within you, the soul. That both becomes united, and that's why you lose the time and place. And not thinking about it, distracted by anything else, right? So you are in that happy zone, nothing will disturbs you. And your ego dissolves, and you become part of what you are doing. So ego means, you don't think too much, right? Mental mind thing, okay, am I doing right, or I'm doing wrong, or do I need to stop? Those things doesn't happen. The only initial stage you have those difficulties, but once you are in that zone, you're always enjoy. You don't even think. If somebody asks, how are you doing? Yes, I was so enjoy and I'm so happy, I just did it, right? That means they immerse themselves in that task, whatever they are doing. So say you see here a skater who skates, he's like just flowing with the snow, and skateboard, he becomes one with that, and he just flows so freely. And so when we are doing when we are in that flow state, time flies by so quickly, right? But in other words, if you are not in that flow state, it slows down and it gets so bored. You will be always looking at the watch, and you're not happy. You just wanted to get out of that situation. It could be work or anything whatever you do. So then, is also related with our dopamine. Dopamine is a happy hormone. So when you are in happy zone, dopamine releases, and that makes you very happy. Okay. So what is the power of flow? Why we need to go into flow state, right? So why we need to go to flow state is because that leads to the purpose. First, you choose a task and become a perfect with that task and go into a flow zone, and then that leads to the purpose, because you understand, this is what I wanted, because I'm in joy, state of joy, so this is what I wanted to do, right? So it's not like it doesn't come very quickly, masters. You have to experiment with it, so then you understand it will lead to your purpose, but at least you are going in a right direction, right? So one happy task will take you to the other task. You may wanted to extend the other things, and maybe that's the task that you wanted to do for your future entire life. So that's why we have to go into flow state in order to find our purpose. So that's why the main ingredient of our purpose is going into flow. So you don't go into your purpose without going into flow, because that is a happiness. That's where you find your happiness. And when we go into that flow again, so here Aristotle said that what we do repeatedly, okay, whenever we do a task repeatedly, then we attain excellence. Then it's not an act, but it becomes a habit, isn't it? So repeatedly, over and over again, every time you do, for example, a work, you have started a project and you do every day same task, right? Then you become perfect, and it takes very less time, and you're in that state. But once you acquire that state, then you get bored, because it doesn't give you any challenging, or it doesn't give you any motivation to do more, because you're stuck there, right? So that is the time you have to take extra tasks. So so that you can come out of that boredom zone. So we have to only acquire this flow state is by doing repeatedly. And here we have like our mind. If you class, our mind has conscious mind and subconscious mind. So conscious mind. So what is a conscious mind, right? Conscious mind is the present moment. Whatever we wanted to do is in a conscious state, or present state is conscious mind. And we also have a subconscious mind, that could be coming from our past life, or the other, all the belief system, right? It could be some coming from our family members from childhood, or from past life. All those subconscious mind, all those beliefs are in this subconscious mind. So, but the interesting thing is we act from subconscious mind, right? So we act from, everything comes out of this as a result is subconscious mind. So in order to, so whatever is subconsciously rooted, that's what we act, right? But do you think all subconscious is good? No, not at all. All the belief systems have come, you have learned some good, maybe some bad, some frustrates you, some you don't want to believe that. As you acquire more knowledge and all, you wanted to change those beliefs. So what you do to do, you have to change only from conscious mind. So your thoughts. So conscious mind is exposed to the all sense organs. You have hearing, smell, touch, all those things. It's exposed to that, right? What we are right now is our conscious mind, and with the sense organs that touch to your mind, and then that's how it wanted to act. That's why sometimes you wanted to do good thing, but it doesn't make you to do that. You feel that, I know I want to do that, somebody is doing, right? Maybe you want to professional in the music or sports or at work. You may see a leader, oh, I want to be that leader. In the present moment you think that, but do you think you will become? No, because you don't have those skill sets in your subconscious mind, right? So you have to acquire those skill sets and put it in the self, because that's where you're acting. You're thinking from subconscious and you're acting from subconscious. So in order to act right, we have to make our subconscious as whatever you want to act. That's why we have to do this here repeatedly. You do this consciously, make it in the present moment, and copy everything whatever you want to do, or replace whatever the bad habits or negativity that you have, and then you act. That's why it takes time. This is a process, this is a flow. That's what it explains here in the 4th state of flow. So first you struggle phase, right? So initially you want to achieve one task, so it's struggle because you don't have that skills. For example, a bicycle, he wanted to learn bicycle, right? Initially that boy doesn't know, so he struggles, falls so many times. If he quits, oh, I cannot do it. Initially, even when we moved here US, we don't know driving. I thought, I don't think I ever going to drive, right? Because that's how you feel, because you never drove here. Those, your brain subconsciously doesn't have all the rules and how to drive and all, right? So you have a fearful situation. So it's a struggle phase, but you have to continuously do that, because once you overcome that struggle phase, then you have a smooth phase. So once you bypass that, second is release phase. So this is the stage from conscious to subconscious. It's happening. Okay, so here is a conscious present moment you're practicing, and then you're pushing. Once you practice, that goes into subconscious. So that is copying happening. So don't quit. If anybody is struggling, don't quit, masters. Just keep continuing that. See what else you have to do there and all. Okay, or you maybe sometimes you may have to change what you are doing. So tweak a little bit, but you have to go through it. You cannot do like, hey, I have done 1 week and it's not happening, so I want to quit. No, some more time. Give some more time, and then once that happens, the release from conscious to subconscious, right? Now you act from subconscious. That is a flow state. That becomes so easy state, because you overcome and you are very happy, and you just want to live in that zone. So that is a flow state, 3rd state. Then 4th state is it's consolidates, right? So consolidate, you may be acquiring so much knowledge to do that task here and there, everything. So now our brain in the last consolidation state, it just puts everything in a proper order, like in a Google does, right? Consolidates some information. If you search for information, it consolidates, it brings from all the websites and bring it to you, right? So that is a consolidation. So it just makes it one act or one habit becomes a one. Now it becomes a habit. So whenever you want to do, it's so easily it comes it, because it's everything is ready for you to act on that. And then here, when you are in flow state, it has these hormones generates dopamine, the reward chemical. It is when you complete the task, how happily, how refreshment you feel, right? Refresh you feel. So that is the state. And doing self-care activities and eating food, all those things will also give you the dopamine. But flow state is also one of the factor. And also oxytocin, okay, playing with the dog, playing with the body. But in a flow state also, you will have this oxytocin generated. You are so happy hormone is oxytocin hormone. And serotonin, okay, when serotonin is, your body becomes very calm, because you don't have any fear, that lackingness you don't have, and you don't have that nervousness or anxiety, fear, all those things, you bypass those because you're in flow state. So you get so calm and peaceful, like a meditation. You also gain that state in a meditation. So that's also flow state. And endorphin, okay? So when you laugh, and also some essential oils, if you take lavender oil or some oils, then also you will get those hormones secreted within you. But all these hormones gets generated when you are in flow state, and you will be in very happy state. So in spiritual tablet mastery, we have learned that this state of flow also, we have these three stages: hard work, intellect, and philosophy. So you start with the hard work. Any work you're beginning, it starts with the hard work. Then it becomes intellectual level, and then it becomes a part of philosophy. And also labor, accountant, and officer. Okay, so these are the tablets, 3 series tablet that we have learned in a spiritual tablet session or certification course that GK sir had beautifully researched these topics and provided for us wisdom. And next one, masters, 7 conditions for achieving flow. So what are the conditions? You have to have a condition to get into that flow state, right? So what is that? You have to know what to do first. First, choose your task. And then knowing how to do it. So choosing the task is choosing your goal, it can be, or it could be your vision. That's called vision or roadmap. Knowing what to do. Then knowing how to do. It is a mission. How to do it. So you have to acquire, okay, I want to become this one, but what to do? I want to be a good presenter, or I want to be a good writer or musician. So you first take a task and what you need. So you start looking into how to achieve that. And knowing how well you are doing. Okay, you have to have some measuring tool, how you are doing, right? Maybe you have to know by playing yourself, or maybe you have to do for others, help others. So they will say, oh, you're good at it. Then you can tell that, yes, I am improving these skills. And you want to know where to go. So what is where you want to reach. So that level also you want to have that understanding. And you have to have challenges. You cannot just think. Usually whenever we are in a challenging situation, we take that as a negative, masters. Oh my gosh, it's so challenging. But it is a very positive thing that you have to be in that challenging state. So once you're challenging means you are mastering that skills. Then you overcome it and you acquire one knowledge. That's how your growth should be. So you cannot just be in a smooth zone and your relaxed zone and you feel, oh, I don't want any challenges and all. You cannot do that. So always have a little bit challenges in your life. So that makes you motivated. And you have to always learn new skills being free from, and you have to be, when you are learning that skills, you have to understand that you have to dedicate some time, free time, and free of distractions. You have to work on yourself. So those are the things you have to do it. And here, human brain, the brain waves has these 5 types masters. So there are many types, but mainly they have classified as gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. So what is these waves? These are electricity signals. Okay, so these are the electricity that is flowing within our brain. Okay, that's called neurons. Again, neurons are cells. So how we are communicating within our mind, right? It's all because of the electric signal. So these are the signals, and they have, every signal has a frequency, right? So within the brain, you see some object and you are communicating with others. So how is it happening? It's all through the vibrations. It's electricity signal, electromagnetic energies. Those things happening within our brain. So when we are in the beta state, we are in like a monkey mind. So when you are not focused and you are so much rush going. Okay, so that is the state of, it's called as problem solving state, because there's some problem and it's like very fast it's acting. And also, if you're acquiring something, if you want to learn new activity, then you jump from one task to other task, or one skill set to other skill set. So you are here and there everywhere, right? So that is the beginning of your journey. So that's monkey mind. Jump from one task to other task, or one situation to other situations, or always running. Okay, even if you're busy lifestyle, then you will be running from one place to one other place, without thinking. You don't think your brain, you just keep going, just right. So that is, so then next frequency is monk mind. It's like very relaxed mind, alpha state. So when do you get that state, master? When you relax, anything. You can be playing music, or you can be meditating. Initial stage of meditation also, you get into the alpha state. You relaxing your mind first. So when you go into the meditation, there are stages, right? You first relax your mind, and then you go deep into meditation. So the relaxing stage is alpha stage. And then theta state. So once you cross that alpha state, you relaxed your mind. Then if you're still relaxing, or you're feeling very happy after some time, right? So this is still little low frequency, which is the theta stage. That is the deep meditation. That's when the creativity happens. So that is also the flow state. So when we are in the flow state, we create things. This is very happy state. We have some visions in a meditation, and you do the astral travel. All those things happen in theta stage. And then delta is deep sleep state. It's like, when you are in deep sleep, also you get dreams. So that state is delta stage. But the flow state is theta stage. So we have to travel from struggle stage. This is a beta is struggle, then relaxation. This relaxation stage is like from beta to alpha, it's copying whatever struggle to, you are slowly trying, it's making little bit easier. Then theta is you are in flow state. So here also it says, when you're in flow state, nothing else matters to you. Even if friends comes to disturb you, doesn't matter, you still be doing, right? So probably you might have noticed, and you will be intensely concentrated on that task, right? Even, sometimes I do, with my husband, like, if you're watching movie and I'm working on my presentation, or I want to read some article, I'll be sitting by him but nothing distracts me, because I am fully focused what I want to do, but I'm still giving him a company. And now and then I'll just can check, hey, what's going on and all, right? So we all can do that. So earlier it was never possible. Oh, I would be irritating. Oh, why don't you slow that sound, voice, television voice, why don't you increase? And I would be going out and I'll be in frustration stage. But now it's nothing, because you know what you are working on. You have know the goal. very strong, deeply. So you know that nothing distracts you. So that is the flow state masters. So lose yourself, time gets distracted. Sorry about that. So you don't even feel that, oh, time is it's already time to go to home. If you are in relaxed mode and if you are working at workplace and you are into the flow, then you don't even realize it's time to go home, right? So that's how time elapses. So you lose a sense of time. And some of the characteristics of the flow state masters. So doer and doing becomes one. Doer is you, human, and doing is whatever you're doing becomes one. So all the sense organs and what your consciousness becomes one. And sense of self disappears, right? So your body disappears. Lose yourself, time gets distracted. And effortlessness and ease, you will attain very easiness. So powerful sense of control is achieved. Intrinsic motivation takes over, right? So you're very motivated. You wanted to, even though you're taking a very hard subject, a task still motivates you because you are in that flow. You wanted to go into deep and you wanted to solve that puzzle, right? Even though it's challenging. But if you are not in that flow mode, masters, and you haven't acquired the skill sets, that will make you that think that, oh my gosh, it's so challenging for me, I cannot do it, right? So everybody, now and then we feel like somebody is doing like athletics, we see, wow. But ask them, they do very easily because they have practiced over and again, over and over. Okay. And see, these are the examples of flow, people who are in flow. Flow in music, musician, and athletics, and flow in gaming and technology. You see, right? Kids are playing in a game and they don't even come out of that gaming zone. And flow in the workplace, you also see in a workplace sometimes when you are doing very interesting task, you don't want to get out of that. And flow in the education and e-learning and hobbies. Also, when you like to do something, whatever you like to do, you also attain that state of flow. So strategy. So how to, when you want to achieve that flow state, what are the strategies that you need to pay attention, right? So here they have mainly categorized as 3. One is choose a difficult task, but not too difficult, right? Because if you are not in a little difficult task, if you are in a safe zone, right? Then what happens, masters? You get bored. So you just have to come out of your comfort zone. Yeah, comfort zone means you are nicely enjoying your life, watching television, whatever little work is there, you are happy. But again, that makes you happy forever? No, you get bored. How long are you going to watch TV? Ask anybody is watching television, ask them end of the day, are you enjoyed? Oh no, I think I need to change something, I need to do something, right? So you hear these kind of comments. So they are not happy because it gets bored. Your mind, your being is always grow. Your physical body or your conscious body is always strive to grow. So when there is no growth, you get into boredom. So that's why you have to come out of the comfort zone and by choosing a little bit difficult task. Then second one is have a clear and concrete objectives. So whatever you want to do, you have to have a clarity what you want to do first, right? Write down. So this one, write down a journal. When you write down journal, what I want, just to put a heading and then keep writing what you have, Ikigai had beautifully said 4 things, right? What you are good at, what you love to do, and what you are passionate about, and what is your profession, how can you paid from those 2 things, and then what world needs. So you write down all those things. Then you will identify what you want to do. And you get a clarity. Otherwise, he says, like, if you don't have a clarity, then you are heading out to a sea with a map, but no destination. You don't know where you want to end up. You are just keep going. So if somebody asks, where are you going? I don't know. I'm just keep going. Right? So you should not have that kind of situation. Have a clear code where you want to do and why you want to do. For everything, why you want to do. And third one is concentrate on a single task. So this is to achieve our flow, right? We are growing. So when you are growing, you have to have a single task. So otherwise you're already taking a new task and you don't want to have a multiple things going on, right? So if you are multiple things, then you get fearful, anxiety again, and you shortage of time. You don't have much time, and then it's oh, no time to do, no time to do. Yeah, that's why you have to focus on one thing, one new thing. Take up one task and master it. So here he says that Robin Sharma said, doing the difficult things that you have never done awakens the talents you never knew you had. Right? So when you don't even try your challenging or new things, how can you know that? What are your abilities? What are your talents? Right? So you have to take a new task. Anything challenging, any challenging task is okay, but you experiment in trial and error. So see, when you are in easy, then boredom. Then when you are in challenging task, if you take a challenging task, then you go into flow. But beyond our abilities, you get into anxiety. We have seen that in a flow zone. And choosing a difficult task, right? But not too difficult. So what is that one? So you have to go in a middle path. So anything, just little bit extend your comfort zone. So here in this circle, it has given masters. So safe zone is comfort zone, and you have to come out of these circles to identify your purpose. So when you come out of your comfort zone, this will also lead into what you really want to do. What is your dreams, what you want to live for, what is your purpose, and what is your goal. All those things you will acquire. But again, it doesn't come just like that, right? You have to acquire new skills. You have to practice every day. You have to put some time aside. And you have to extend your comfort zone every time. You become a master of one task. And then again, extend a little bit. So that is the game plan. So always do better than what you can. So do little bit means what better than what you can. Yeah. So means you just always have to do better. You cannot just, oh, this task only I'm good at, that one I know that I cannot do it. No, just little bit stay on that, focus on that task, then you will automatically do better. Usually we see these scenarios, right? During workout session, you wanted to lift a weight or you want to do treadmill or running, you just wanted to stop, right? So that is the time just to push yourself a little bit more, like 5 to 10 minutes, just push. So that is when the body is learning into growing stage. So you are increasing your abilities. So stay on that and do little bit better than what you feel you can do. So extend yourself. Concentrate for a considerable amount of time, right? So you have to concentrate, definitely. Whenever you are acquiring new skills, new tasks, new challenges, you have to have little bit extra time. You cannot like put little and oh, I have started, but I don't know where I'm going. So it's not going to work. So you have challenged yourself, promise yourself how long you're gonna put that time, whatever it is, 1 hour or 2 hours. So and become a master. So always do a little extra and always learn new skills. So if you're a programmer, use a new programming language. So, after maybe at work location, you may be like very perfect on that, doing that, whatever you are doing every day. So take or learn, improve yourself and be volunteer to give your time for others. So those are the things. Yeah, we feel like, oh, no, I don't want to do. We always feel fearful. We don't want to see that difficulty. But that is the difficulties that will make you grow. That is the very positive sign. And second one is have a clear and concrete objectives, right? Whenever we wanted to start a new task, we have to have the second one is clear goals, clear objectives. So here we call it as SMART goals. You have to choose a SMART objectives, small tasks. Objective means small tasks, right? So SMART is elaborated as specific. Take a specific task. So what I want to do, who or where and when, what are these are the questions you need to answer. And means what is your goal, why you want to do, you have chosen, but just don't take just randomly, right? Why you are doing, who is benefiting and all. So this should be measurable. So you have to see a progress. So there should be a means to see your progress. It could be your friend or it could be yourself. Sometimes right? If you're reading something or you're improving your communication skills or presentation skills, how are you coming out of the fear and anxiety. So that should be a measurable thing. And it should be attainable. It's not that you cannot achieve something, right? You always have to choose a task that you can easily attainable. You can do it, doable. So it should be reasonable to accomplish. You cannot take big, you are here and you want to be an actor, right? And you have no clue where you want to start. So start where you are and extend a little bit. Of course, if you want to be an actor, you have to start from the square one. And then relevant. It has to be relevant. Why you are doing, what is the worth of doing that task, whatever you are chosen. So why you are doing, right? We have identified everything first to satisfy yourself and your family. Then you extend to your near and dear family. It could be friends or your community. Then it becomes a world. Then timely. So when you want to achieve, how long? Take that time, right? Maybe 1 month, I want to achieve this one, or 6 months, or 1 year. I want to be whatever. I want to be a leader. I want to see myself as a leader. So when you have that end time in your mind, then you will strive for that. And every day you measure your progress. So have these attributes, masters, whenever you choose new task. And the third one is concentrate on a single task. So you have started a new task. So let's not have a multiple new tasks. Start with a single new task, challenging one. And so we have that greatest obstacle we face, right? Whenever we wanted to concentrate on one task, we don't do it. It's always nowadays multitasking. We think that multitasking is great, but we don't. We need to understand that what are the disadvantages of multitasking. So work on one thing. I know in a day you have to work on several things: your family and yourself and your work and your hobbies, your workout, all those things. But have a dedicated time, one at a time. When you are eating, don't watch television or don't look in the phone. Right? Have a phone time. Yeah, this is my email checking time, or this is my calling time. So segregate like that, categorize for every single task. So you have that zone, dedicated zone for only that thing. That is the single task. That's what he's talking. And increase your productivity. When you do have a new one single task, then you have a more productive because you have dedicated that. You have to do only that one. Cannot do the other thing. Oh, I'm doing this one and my friend is calling, I need to take that, or I respond to that. No, you have already dedicated that time frame. So then you won't have any stress or you won't have any errors, correct? Especially when we are cooking, these errors happens. You put on a stove something and some phone call comes and you are involved in the phone calls, or you don't know what you are doing. You will be just walking here and there, and whatever you're cooking gets spoiled, burnt. So we think that our brain has a capacity, master. It has huge capacity. It can process million bits, but it processes few dozen per second. Okay, it can take so much information, but processing, right? Whenever you are doing something, it has to process it, or it has to digest, it has to segregate the information, it has to give it as a result, output. But only it has the capacity to do some few dozen per second. So that's why you have to, if you are doing multiple tasks, what happens? You have to give that processing time to all different tasks. So you will be wasting time, wasting the brain's capacity, and you are switching back and forth, so that process time gets wasted. And according to Csikszentmihalyi, he says, focus on a single task. We need to be distraction-free environment, right? Yeah. So because we are taking a new task, new challenges, so definitely you have to have that one. And you have to have a control over what we are doing at every moment, isn't it? So you have to be control over, means how? You cannot control, right? You have to have an awareness. You have to live in a current moment. Whatever you are doing, do that. Walk in the talk. That's what he said. So if you are eating, eat. If you are watching movie, just watch. Okay, you are working, just work. So everything you have to do mindfully. When you do mindfully, you get that calmness also, right? Because everything, a single task can only give you that mindfulness thing. Otherwise, if you are doing multitasking, you may think, some people say like, yeah, while cooking, you can listen these podcasts or listen to these masters videos and all. But no, I have experimented. No, because I feel like I lost, because you have categorized that time for cooking. So cook. If you are listening, just listen. Even people say while walking also, you should not listen in a video, right? Because yeah, if you are walking, just you walk as a mindfully, because you get so much refreshment. That mindfulness means you take breathing consciously. But if you are listening, you will lose the focus on the walking. You will be only focusing on listening. So you just don't know how far you have went and where you have to take a turn. All those things you miss it. So you don't feel like confident. I know, of course, you are walking just to time pass, but not really mindful walking. But mindful walking gives you a lot of satisfaction, lot of energy also. So experiment that. So doing one task at a time is very important, especially when you are taking a challenge and you wanted to go into that flow state. So here says, when your brain 100% occupied on one is occupied with one task, 100% allocated for that particular task. But if you're multiple tasks, then you allocate some space for one task one, and the other space is a task two, and then you will be switching back and forth, the task one, task two. Then what happens is the travel gets wasted, the juices, the capacity, the power gets wasted. That's why you see, master, when you are middle of the thing and somebody gets disturb you, and then when you come back to the task, it takes like, where am I? Right? Couple of seconds, you have to get back to you, so you can catch up what you are doing. So that's what it means, switching back and forth. It can take up to 25 minutes to fully regain focus after even a short 3 minutes interruption. So this is what it says, masters. So even it will take a 25 minutes to fully regain whatever you are doing. Even 3 minutes also interruption, 3 or little interaction or disturbance also takes longer time for you to catch up. So that's why you just have a no disturbance zone. So yeah, switching back and forth also, you lose a lot of time, but that catching up time. And concentrating on a single task or multitask, we have seen that. But here, few things are, when you focus on single task, makes achieving flow more likely. So you will reach flow state very easily because you're very focused on that particular task. And whereas in multitasking, it's impossible. It takes time and you don't enjoy fully. Increase productivity, definitely, and increase our power of retention. So your memory increases and we don't make many mistakes. For example, you're driving, masters, one of the multitasking is you're driving and you're trying to text. Imagine how it is, right? Oh my gosh, you don't feel like you have really drove that far, right? Maybe listening to music, it is some extent it's okay probably, but not the texting, because your mind is telling your legs to do your driving part, right? Accelerator or brake. But again, you are splitting your mind to do texting or taking a phone call. So those things disturbs your mind. And there are some few easy ways to start single tasking. It has given like eat meal without looking at your phone, create to-do task, only stick one item at a time, and create a morning and nightly ritual to focus on yourself, right? Morning, what you have to do, and also create your ritual, how you want to start your day, like, stretches or meditation, and then pack your lunch or, doing morning chores and meditate and all those things, some of the things that you can just experiment. Yeah, so this is our today's topics, masters. Now we have discussed, like, why we need to go into flow, because flow will take you to the purpose. And we have seen 4 state of mind, and you decide which mind you are in, which state of mind you are in. Okay, we have seen that negative zone and your anxiety zone and your fearful zone, and then flow zone. And here is the flow state. How to acquire your flow state is always skill, acquire your more skill and more difficulty task. Go out of your comfort zone, right? So now I think probably you all got some idea, right? If something is troubling you, something is anything, whatever you're doing, you are only master of your own emotions. You know what is happening within you. So write down everything. Why am I feeling what I am feeling? Question yourself and go from there. Oh, I'm not enjoying my job because maybe I'm not good at it. Okay, let me focus on that. Everything is attainable. Everything is achievable. You just have to have that mindset. Yes, I can do it. With little bit focus. We have seen that, and we have seen what happens when you are in flow state. You get clarity, you get inner motivation. It will motivate you to more and more. And you get timelessness, right? So you don't feel like time has lapsed. And you feel like this task is easily achievable, isn't it? And you are very focused on that task. And you feel ecstasy, very joy and serenity, very happy. So these all the things we have to always achieve, masters. Once you are achieved one particular thing and you have attained this one, then go take another challenging, little bit extend that, right? Or take a new task. Always, GK sir says, always asks, right? What are the new challenges that you are working on? So he always wants us to take a new music or in learning a new language, like, and anything. Go to the mountain and do a bicycling or skating. So always you have to live with that. And we have seen how conscious mind and subconscious mind works in order to go into flow state. And we have also seen these 3 strategies that you need to look into in order to start any new task or new challenge. Yes, master, this is today's topic. Thank you very much for joining with me and listening to me. This is what I have got it from book called Ikigai. So yes, master, if you have any questions you wanted to discuss or your experience in any of these topics, if you have had attained any flow or how you have overcome the challenges, or maybe you may be going through some challenges, you might have got some clue out of these topics. So please share with us so we can also learn from you. Thank you, master. Thank you so much. Appreciate your patiently listening to me today. Thank you all. Yeah, you can raise your hand or you can just unmute yourself.
Swarna, all I can say is it's an excellent content that you have put together. And only thing you may add is the 5-tablet series that we have is what is exam time and the associated solutions. The 5-step strategy, you have compressed it into 4 steps here, but it's beautiful. I think one stands to extensively benefit by understanding and internalizing this in our day-to-day activities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, you rightly said. And also, I think warrior and non-warrior also comes into this picture, because you have to be a warrior in order to get into that flow zone. So yeah. Yes, Master. Thank you, sir. It's all your guidance. Yeah, Chandra Mudali sir is our guide, guru. He always does dry runs and
Chandra
he
Mudali sir takes you to the water.
Yeah, takes us to the water, but
Correct.
you show
and
us
then
the
you drink
path.
it, which means what you are bringing out is your effort, not Chandra Mudali's effort.
Sir, at least you are showing us where the water is, sir. That is the biggest challenging thing. So once you find, then, drinking the water is very easy. So thank you. Full gratitude to your efforts, sir. We always enjoy your association during these times. So yes, masters, thank you very much for all your comments and compliments.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Yes, Varna, ma'am. I think wonderfully presented and beautiful slides, ma'am, regarding flow and the strategies. You explained very well, ma'am. It is a scientifically, the book explains it in a scientific way, and you put it in really good terms so that we can understand it and easily we can understand. You delivered it very well, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Wonderful slides. Wonderfully content put into slides very well, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sindhuja ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I know we all collectively did it. Yeah, Sindhuja ma'am is one of my co-traveler with this Ikigai. She was the master first 2 topics. She has delivered beautifully. She had defined the meaning of Ikigai. So yeah, thank you, Sindhuja ma'am. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, Vindhya ma'am. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I could.
Thank
you. Thank you, Swarna ma'am. You are in the flow. I can tell you that you did such a beautiful present from the beginning. Same, you had your, you speak so, so nicely with good. It's nice to listen to you. I could keep going on. So you had your energy from beginning till end, and your slides were beautiful. So much of information, all those graphs and all those charts that you put. I was trying to take picture of each one. Very beautiful slides. Thank you. You explained flow so beautifully. Like Chandra sir said, too, we can use this, apply it to anything, right? Anytime we want to achieve something, take that task. You gave step by step. Of course, the book gave, but you explained it so beautifully, step by step, how to pick a task. And my issue, I think I always try to remain in my comfort zone. And I can see, how that doesn't work. You have to challenge yourself a little bit and keep going. And like you gave the example of workout, it's always, I started, but then we always drop it off because we don't push ourselves or we don't take up that extra challenge. And with all these things, it'll be nice to see and practice. So and I practice music, so I can see it in music when I play Veena. Like, we learn a song. It's always that the stages you mentioned, right? The struggle and the thing. It's always a struggle at the beginning. I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get this song. And then we practice, especially if there's a presentation of the way we practice. When we present, after that, we have that joy. Oh, we did it. We were able to do it. And I listened to it and I'm happy. So, and then again, new song, new this, it keeps going. I think when I reach the flow, I have to jump to another song. And you said, right, afterwards, you have to keep moving, taking. So I see that in the music and it's good. And so thank you very much. Beautiful presentation. And you did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, India ma'am. So beautiful comments and well said. You are, I know, I'm learning. We are all co-travelers. So learn from each other. So you have seen my journey with the past book clubs. So yeah, masters, we just have to enjoy our life. And when we understand the concept, then we don't hesitate. When you don't understand, when you don't have knowledge, then you suffer. See, all these years, I was like always in a comfort zone, or I was like I don't know, it's the end of the life type. But now we know it. Where beautifully the master authors have given us the concepts, right? So now you know, yes, this is obvious. Struggle is obvious. Let's go, take it. Go with the flow, right? So how beautiful, right? Even struggle becomes so happily that you take the journey. So that's why the knowledge is knowledge.
You have shown that beautifully.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I was in the book club. I was not a good presenter. Chandra Modali sir knows, and you all know.
You are good.
So yeah, I was like, that's why I taken challenge. Good, has guided me. I thought like I am struggling. How long I have to struggle with this presentation or communications or this writing skill? Just so, but Chandra Modali sir always used to ask me, Swarna, you want to take this? Then I would blindly say, yes, sir, blindly. I don't know what I have to do, but I would say at least I had a courage. Yes, sir. After that, oh my gosh, whole night, I have seen that myself.
So, I know he's being modest, but he is the strength behind the screen, right?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Sir understands, like, whom to pull. He knows that she's lacking something. Let's pull her out. So I remember from the beginning, even the Yashodaras, or even before that, he wanted me to take some sessions, meditation sessions. So it's like really, it's blessing. So everybody come into our life to teach us something as a guru. So just invite everyone, masters, everyone learn from each other, right? Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, Sridevi ma'am, did you raise? Or any other masters? Yeah, master, please come forward and share your experience. This is our platform, right? We all have learned so much and we all have challenges. So learning from others also motivate us. Yes, masters. Yeah, let's have an interactive session. Yeah, thank you, masters, whoever commented on the chat. Sridevi ma'am, you have something to talk?
I think Sridevi might be busy with her upcoming exam.
Oh, okay. Ma'am, this is a perfect topic for you. So, yes, Master. Yeah, after tomorrow also we have a continuation of this topic. how Japanese took this flow, and how do they do their daily activities or at work location, how do they use this flow. So we're going to look into that more tomorrow. And the next week, we're going to take an exercise activity, we all together, and we'll identify our purpose. Okay, we'll do some workshop type session, and we'll have some format and some questionnaire to identify, and with some examples. So masters, you prepare for that session and come up with your notebook and pen so we all can identify what we like and what we are good at, right?
Swarna madam, this is Sridevi.
Hey,
Thank
Sridevi,
you so
ma'am.
much. Yeah,
I
should,
Yeah.
I feel like that, I should get that 1% of jealousy from our shared work on competency. So I think, I should feel that competency and work on myself, by your teaching. That's what I felt. I'll work on myself.
Yeah, ma'am, compete yourself only. Okay, so we don't compete with anyone. When you compete with others, you get that anxiety and fear and frustration happens. But compete yourself. What am I struggling? So go from there. So if you see, oh, she's delivering so much, and you cannot reach anyone. Of course, see them and beautifully you want to reach there, something you can take that, but start from where you are, right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no,
So
you are
lovely
a good,
session.
you do good, and you always, grown so much, I have seen. So don't worry.
Thank you so much.
You have that motivation. So now at least this topic is teaching us to motivate yourself, come out of that comfort zone, give a little hand. So
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Sridevi ma'am, and the best of luck for your tomorrow's exam.
Yeah,
I know you'll do it good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't worry.
Bye. Thank
We
you
all
so
did
much.
good,
Yeah.
so you will do good. Like that.
Yeah, with all
Yeah.
blessings.
Masters?
Yep, thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Yes, masters, anybody, any challenges? It seems like you all are in your flow zone, right? So you already know what you are doing and what you have to do. Even during the meditation also, we go through these challenges, right? So we are not able to focus on our meditation and all. So what we need to do from this topic, just be there. Just don't, the master says that, right? Doesn't matter, even you don't have a focus or don't have no patience, just sit. Practice sitting and with the closing eyes. Just know you can move your legs, but don't open your eyes. So that slowly you have to train your mind. Everything is training our mind, masters here. So what we are achieving here is training our mind, because we never trained. So that's why whenever we don't, whatever training haven't done, that's where we feel fear, anxiety. That's it. It's your brain, it's you, your mind. So why can't we train? Who else can train, right? Yeah, sir.
I think we should,
Stop.
I think we are done, right?
Yeah, we are done, sir. And yes, masters, we'll again gather tomorrow, same time.
I just wanted to say a couple of more things. You talked about multitasking, right? We used to have this concept of multitasking was good in work and all. Now through meditation and through other things we had learned, and again in Ikigai here also they are saying, focus on one task and fully be with that task, right? That is how it helps. So then you can do multiple tasks, but one task at a time. And that I think is a very key thing, being completely one with that. And this flow, whenever you say, for me, the examples come like some of these artists, the musicians, Balamurali Krishna or MS Subbulakshmi, when they're singing, they're so much one with that, and they're in that flow, and the music just flows out of them. So I just wanted to point those few things out. Thank you.
Yes, Mindya ma'am. Yeah, absolutely. Correct. Yeah, it shows even your Veena, right? Your Veena music we see here. Oh my gosh, how perfectly you play, right?
Oh, no, no.
So
Please don't compare.
it's for us. We don't know anything, so it's really amuses us whenever I listen to your music, Veena. So
Yeah.
I know, of course, it's very difficult. So holding itself is like like a baby step you might have done, but you have reached that state, and you're going to do fluently more songs and more performances. You will do it.
Yeah.
So
Thank
yeah, any task is like difficult, ma'am. Nothing is doesn't come anything easy. Maybe whatever some kids just it's a naturally comes. They sing naturally, they play. Natural, right? Because they have done practice in their past life. So don't think that, oh my God. So my son always says, oh, I wish I could have that photogenic memory my friend has. And I wish he says, I said, why don't you practice now and next life you will have photogenic memory, right? He has that photogenic that we cannot, compete because probably from past life he's carrying. So yeah, do sadhana at least now. So next life, at least it goes little smoother. So, so yeah, I see these small little kids doing these Bhagavad Gita slokas and so fluently, and we are struggling, right? But everybody has some positives and some struggles. So our thing is always grow from that struggle. Write down all what are your struggles, and yeah, journaling is very important. So you can talk to yourself. Journaling is you're talking to your mind. You're putting everything with on the mind, on the paper, whatever your mind says, and you discuss. Yes, so I have to do this one now. So your mind understands. So yes, master. Yes, sir. Chandran sir. I think
it's time to close.
we can close now. And yeah, thank you all, masters, and good night and good morning. And we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye and have a wonderful day, wonderful night.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.